Oke, sinkro. Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, dude. Happy fasting, and we're going to continue the journey, boys, because I just finished the midterm exam, which is great. Oop. So my parents actually sleeping right now. No, it's not sleeping, but they already felt slept. So gotta keep it quiet, but gotta keep it 100. Okay. But so we're going to do is implementing the validation. So let me just zoom this out. So I apparently changed the color scheme into Dracula. So because I like the pastel, the pastel color that Dracula have. It's pretty legit, pretty on point. Now let's see. Let's compile our code first. Okay. So we're going to let me search the file first. Oops, it's nobody. Okay. So you can see there is a hotpot cooks underscore data. Okay, we can use this. Let me just zoom this out. Zoom this in. Well, let's log in as hotpot cooks. Hotpot cooks. Bang, boom, bang, right. Okay, so it's working. Now let's create another account, right? Let's go with Jeremy. We can skip the password because we want to create a new account. It's not a mandatory. Okay, New Zealand. Let's stick with Jeremy. Oh, okay. The problem on the our latest code is, let's say the new username is let me change to Tyler, right? The password is 123. Okay, create account successfully. But as you can see, the file text is called Jeremy. So, but inside it's called Tyler. Therefore, the name should be Tyler, right? So we're going to fix that first, which is the naming. Just zoom this in. Okay. So the problem here is the in the writer, right? So it's not actually get username, but it should be new username, because user might want to change the username. So now you can get a precise. Let's just run this once again. JFrag login prompt. Just run this. Let's go with Shao Kahn. The password, I skip that. Yes, I want to create an account. But I don't want my username named Shao Kahn. Let's go with Cage. Password is 123. Password is 123. Okay, now the name of the file is Cage, right? Not Shao Kahn, which is good. Now let's log in as Cage. 123 password. Okay, so so far so good, right? And sometimes you want the user don't have, can't input a special character, right? Which is formally you don't do that. You don't have a username that have question mark or the asterisk sign. We want only characters and number, which is good for those two combinations. So first off, let's go chop the username and the password into a character of array. Let's do that so we can examine each character that the user has input. Let's go with char username. Let's go chop this to char array. Okay, let's go with char. Let's do some with the password now. Go with the new password to char array. Okay, now we get each character of the user input. Now there are two methods to examine those array, which is create two for loop. The one is for the username and the second one is for the password. Or we can create a method that can be used for both occasions, right? So when we want to create a method, make sure that it is out of scope from the main method, as you can see. So the first bracket is for the class and the second bracket is for the main method, and we're going to create our method outside the main method, right? So we're going to have a return value. Let's go with string, and the name, let's go with check validation. Okay. Now we're going to take the parameter in character of array with get car. So if the context is your username, then the get car, the get car, the get car is the car username, right? If it's in the context of password, that the get car is the car password. So now we're going to create, let's create a variable for the return statement. Let's call that checker. Let's go checker. Right. We have to actually initiate the value. Okay. Now for the library, we're going to create the library that consists of special characters, right? Like we used to do in the Caesar cipher. Remember? Let's go with special library, and I'm just going to type any symbols that are on my keyboard right now with holding shift. I'm just going to spam that, and that, and that, that, and that, that, and that. You can insert the single quote, and that, and that, and that. So the main problem I mean in this case, is you can insert the double quotes or the backslash, but we will cover it later, hopefully. Now let's chop this into character array also. Let's go with car special lib. Let's go with that. I'm gonna special lib to char array. Nothing crazy here. Now let's create the for loop, right? So we can check each character. Let's go with the integer I. Let's go with the I. Now going to get the length of the user input, which is the get car. Remember, we don't use the get username because the username will pass into this parameter, so we can instead use get car length semicolon I plus plus. Okay, so that's my dad. Say hey, hi dad. Okay, so let's go with M now. Don't wanna mess up with the J. Right, so now we're going to use the char special lib length. Let's go with the M plus plus. Okay, so we're pretty much good to go. Now let's create the if. Yeah, let's create the if. Wait, is this the okay, is this the right? Oh, should be forgot the so the bracket on bracket at all. What? So it goes in here, goes in here, goes in here. Wait, what? Oh, because I see. Okay, so it's aligned correctly now. Now let's create the if statements. If get char index I, which is we're going to examine the user input, equals to char lib index M. So let's say the first character of the user input is A. I will be checked to all of the library in the car special lib. And now let's see if it's true, which means it is actually contain a special character. Let's go with the checker. You know, we're going to do false. Checker. No, let's go check. Let's go with the check valid. Check valid. Yes, should be true. So the check valid should be true. Okay, remember that, boys. True. Or we can just use true. You might be wondering why I don't use the boolean, because in the end of the day we just going to concat the check valid for the username and the password and check them if it's actually true. So let's go with it should be false, and that's it. That's the code for the method basically, because it's only check. Wait, what? I'm not using mouse right now. Oh my god, what did I use? Is this zoom in or zoom out? Oh, okay, technical difficulties right here. Oh no. Oh, this is okay. It's perfect. Uh, now I think it's good. It should be good. Now let's just compile the code first, so we know what's up. Let's go with it. Java login prompt. Okay, just a semicolon, which is not a big deal. Oop, okay. Check valid. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, the return statement should be check valid itself. Let's go with return check valid. Okay, so the whole code is basically valued as the check valid. Okay, so it's good, and now we can just run that. I mean, first let's add the variable string. Let's go with the string full check. Let's go with the full check. Okay, okay, now we're going to run the code, right? So it's going to be, in order to run the method in our class, first we need to instantiate our class first. Now to do that, you can just type your class name, okay, and then the object, let's call it object. OBG. You can name it whatever you want. Good, new login prompt. Okay, so it's good. Now we can call the method by typing the name of your object, which is in my case obj dot the name of your method. In my case is check validation. Let's go there, check validation. Boom, boom. Okay. But remember that we have the return value, so we can use that as our advantage by assigning that into our new variable. It's called full check. Yes, full check. So let's say the result of the check validation is true, then the full check is true. If the second, because we're going to use this 2 times, one for the username, one for the password, so let's just print. So basically this for the username, right? Username. No preparation at all for password. So if the password, if the username will result a value true, then the full check is true, right? Only true. But if the password is false, then the full check will be true and false. Okay, so that's why I concat to get the whole value of the method, the full check. Now we're going to assign the parameter. Remember, because we use character of array, let's just add that into the parameter, which is a char username, and for password is char password. As easy as that. And let's check the code. Nope, it's not the code. The syntax error and the logic error, right? Full check. Okay, So we do need to initiate. Let's go with classic. Click initiate. Let's go with the Java plugin prompt. Is my sound alright? Okay, I hope so. Okay, first off, let's input as a normal and formal username. Right, let's go with Chadwick. We're going to create another one. Let's get that Chadwick. The password is formal irshad. It should be true, which is what we want, right? And let's do that again, right? And for now, the username will have a special symbol, right? Let's go with Chadwick exclamation sign and the question sign. Oh, I have to retype that again. Chadwick exclamation and the question. The password is let's stick with Irshad. We're going to keep it formal, and the string should be you may guess it, false and true. So you can see, so the false comes from the char username, right? Because it will have the first assignment, and the true, which is the second one, is for the password, because the password is okay. Now let's go with the formal username and the informal password. Let's go with the Chadwick123. You can use numeric in this case. Let's go with the Chadwick123, because you can customize your library as much as you need it. And let's go type chat. Now let's go with Irshad. But let's do crazy things here. Let's make it the same, and you may guess that the result should be true and false. The true is from the username and the false is from the password. So we're pretty much good to go for the next if statements, right? Now let's create if statements in. We're going to just delete this right above here. So if the string, now if the full check is equals as true, so it has to be true, not true false, not false true. It should be true, which indicates the password and the username is in the right order, in the right regulation. What this has the you have this, I have that pinky stuff. Did I did something wrong? Nope. Okay. So problem, huh? So let's go with full check dot equals. Okay, so as I mentioned, it should be true. If it's correct, then the program will check the password and the confirm one. So the syntax one, so the flow is check the syntax first. If it's correct, then match the both password and the confirm one. So we can just copy this and just erase that and just move that into this true bracket in this case. So if equals true, then it will check the password, but if not, let's go with else system of print line let's warn the user to please do not maybe special characters. Okay, should be good to go. And let's create the else statement. If the password doesn't match, let's go with out print line the password no, let's go with both password seems not to be matched. Is that the correct spelling? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. And boom, that's basically it, boys. Let's just compile that. Java, nope, yeah, it should be Java plugin prompt. Java with the uppercase in my case. Ooh, bars right there. Let's go with the Java plugin prompt. Let's go. Okay, now how about create a let's see this the code. Let's going to show the method so you know what's up. Let's go with the username. Let me just palm it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a special occasions, dude. Let's go with 90. Yeah. Okay, let's go with the username Richard. The password we can skip that. New username, let's go with the Richard. Password, let's go with Pro and Pro. So the create account successfully. So let's up and let's create the battery. Okay, yes. The battery. No. Shh. The battery. Let's go with the IC. Add. Go with boom. So it's boom. So that's good. Thanks for watching. The battery is so loaded. Goodbye.